Hi everyone and welcome to Mama Social, the podcast. I'm Lauren.
And I'm Kayleigh, and we're here to talk motherhood, womanhood, and all things adulthood.
So grab yourself a bev and enjoy. Just like an odd number. Like I'll go out of my way to change the volume to 17.
It just went to roll off me tongue. I'm really good.
Hey,
I'm not.
You alright? Yeah, I'm alright. Are you alright? Yeah, I'm alright.
So I find that strange that you won't go to something by yourself.
Yeah, I don't enjoy the gym alone. That's one of my favourite words, fester. Don't let it fester.
No Uncle Festus.
I'm not doing it for you. You are not my father.
3 years' time, we want this, this, and this. How do we do that? Right, this is how we do it. Non-negotiables are...
So what are your non-negotiables?
You can't force your child to get on with everybody.
Yeah.
But what you can do is...
So I really wanted to be Fergie.
From Black Eyed Peas.
I really wanted to be like Fergie. I just thought she was unbelievable. And she had an eyebrow piercing. So I thought, well, I'm going to get an eyebrow piercing and I'm going to get it on the side that I've got my side fringe so that sometimes you just like see it and it's like just really subtle. I've still got the little scar there.
That's hilarious.
Didn't last long. It looked horrendous.
You know what I'm finding? A lot of my friends are going through that, like getting back their identity, like clawing it back after motherhood.
So what?
They're getting their belly buttons pierced. They're getting loads of ear piercings. And I'm like, I just wish I was brave enough. I've literally got one hole because pain is just not my bag.
I love my ear piercings.
They look so pretty.
I just love them.
But I couldn't imagine going to Claire's Accessories in my 30s, sitting down on the little chair.
Don't go to Claire's Accessories.
Tash did.
Did she? You don't go to Claire's Accessories. You go to like cool piercing places.
No, Claire's Accessories. Bam, bam. Have we started? Oh, wonderful. So piercings, let us know what midlife crisis you have had.
Oh, mine was definitely a midlife crisis.
During the parenthood. That's not a midlife crisis.
Well, like a mid
An early life crisis.
Yeah.
No, I just mean for parenthood. I think it's like people are doing that.
I'm trying to think if I've done anything.
Not any more extra piercings?
I can't remember the last time I got my ears pierced. I can't remember if it was after Oaks or before. I can't remember.
We'll get a team.
But I'd love some more piercings. I will get more.
Where would you get more?
I'd just get more in my ears.
There's not going to be any room left?
Of course there is. Loads of space there.
Have you got more in that side than that side?
Yes, so I think I've got maybe 8 in one and 6 in another.
I've never noticed that they're not the same on either side.
No, I like odd. Don't like even.
Because you are odd.
Odd. I like odd numbers when I'm putting the volume in the telly or in the car. It has to be on an odd number.
That's so weird.
How?
Because even is the even Stevens.
No, I like odd. Just like an odd number. Like I'll go out of my way to change the volume to 17.
Shut up.
I can't have 16.
See, I would...
Well, Glenn's the opposite, so sometimes we end up having a bit of an argument over the volume on the telly.
Moving it up and down. So, hi everyone. Back in the room.
Just get my cards ready.
Welcome to News Night. I'm going to say that every week, I imagine. So, there we are. What are we chatting about today?
Well, I think we just need... Actually, let's just quickly mention the competition that we did.
Well done.
So,
She's pointing at us.
Hopefully someone that is listening right now has won a £100 Zara voucher, but you're going to have to wait until the end of the episode to find out who you are.
Yes. So you'll find that out at the end.
So, how are you?
I'm really good. Well, you know what? I'm sick of saying I'm really good when I'm actually not.
Isn't it just habit though?
It just went to roll off me tongue. I'm really good.
Hey,
I'm not.
All right. Yeah, I'm all right. Are you all right? Yeah, I'm all right.
The end.
The
or
end.
sometimes somebody will go, are you all right?
Yeah, you.
No.
Oh.
Nothing happens. So it's a British thing, I think. We go,
because people
hey,
say,
all right. And you just waddle away.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, that's strange that they ask a question and we don't ever answer them.
Oh, I always answer. If someone says, you all right? I go, yeah, you. Do you know?
I mostly do, but I know that it's a thing in British culture. It is, isn't it?
I think
furiously nodding.
I think it's more. I think it's like a northeast thing as well. Like, you're right.
No, I think it's
You're right.
a British thing.
I don't know.
We just don't know.
I don't know.
So I've had my period and a cold.
Oh, all in 1 week?
All in 1 week. And it's now like stuck in the forehead.
What is?
The cold.
Right.
Not my period.
I thought you meant like the trauma
Coming out
from,
my nose.
from having both at the same time.
No, like I'm just bunged up. And like I've got a bad head. Like
Yeah.
these lights are not helping my little forehead.
Let's keep our distance because I just can't be arsed with a cold.
Well, I think the
Contagiousness
has gone. I feel like it's just like the remnants of it. But you can hear in my voice I sound like Phoebe. My sticky shoe.
I think you sound normal.
Do I?
Yeah.
Oh, it doesn't feel normal.
I don't think you sound like a husky or
Do I now?
or anything.
Oh,
No.
he's hoping. I don't sound like this normally. Sound like a creaky door.
I think it's in your head and that is causing you to hear it differently.
Oh, well, I do apologise for the last 35
Unless
seconds.
I'm just not hearing you right. You know what? I've been doing loads this week.
Tell me.
Picking my ears. I've been so bad at it. Remember when I just went through the phase of really making my ears so sore and I can't keep...
It's so nice, though.
I just love how it feels sometimes, but I'm starting to make them sore.
Dale, when I was coming out of the bathroom, went in to go and get a cotton bud, and I went, oh, no, let me do them. And he was like, go on then. And he's such a little wimp. As soon as I go in, he's like, and I'm like, you don't do that when you're doing your own ears. So pack it in. And he's like, I know, but I don't know how far you're going to go.
Let me touch your eardrum.
Let me have
Let us tickle your eardrum with this cotton bud.
Delightful, isn't it? That was a wonderful day. That lady came to our house, our home,
Your house.
and cleaned and looked in our ears. But then it was sad that
I cleaned them so much.
They were
that
just
there was
so
absolutely
clean.
Nothing there.
Nothing to pull out. And I hadn't done mine in like over a week.
I can't go a day without... honestly, I don't think I can go 20 hours without putting something in my ear. I don't think I can go a few hours, to be honest.
So nice.
I haven't got a cotton bud in there. I'll have my nail in there a bit.
Rank.
I know. I need to stop.
Yeah, so I'm not 100%, but the world has to keep turning. Are you scratching your bum?
I've got a little itch on my bum cheek. It felt like something just nibbled on my bum cheek, and then it made it really itchy.
It was such a loud scratch.
I know, but it's because I've got jeans on. What?
Oh, funny. Right, yeah, so there we are. I'm not really fine, but I'm here.
Do you know what I did?
Yeah.
I went for a run.
I seen.
Did you say?
I did.
Oh my God.
How did you feel?
I can feel it still.
Really?
Every bone in my body hurts. Every bone. Girls. My feet, my ankles, my legs, my knees.
Did you stretch
hips.
afterwards?
Yes.
How?
I went trampolining afterwards too.
Oh, that might have had something to do with it now.
Yeah. I just thought, we obviously did the episode last week and I was like, right, I'm sick of feeling like a slug. I need to start doing something about it, and I need to stop waiting for other people to do stuff with. So I thought if I can get back into running, that would be great. Because it's just
a solo activity.
It's just a nice thought, isn't it? Being able to go for a little solo run.
Yeah.
I am the worst person at running by myself. Like, I am so bad at it. I used to run quite a bit before I had Oaks, and I was an all right runner, but I've never been able to run alone. I like to run with someone at a lovely pace, just chatting away.
Yeah.
Like, I like to talk. And then it just passes and you're not thinking about how much you're dying and you want to stop. So yeah, I had a really large battle with myself. I turned halfway. I got to like the halfway spot and I was like, I cannot go that way. I cannot run all the way along that road and up that hill. I want to run back downhill. I can't go anymore. So I did 4K.
Nice.
Probably walked one of it. And yeah, I was absolutely knackered. I was purple for about 3 hours. Like actually purple.
Well, you know, when I went to the gym, why am I saying it like it was a long time ago? I had that inner battle as well.
Yeah.
So I got on the treadmill, set one of them. It was Peloton, but the is it still called Peloton when it's a treadmill? One of the things where wifey's shouting at you. It was 20 minutes, and 8 minutes in, my brain started going, that's enough now.
Yeah.
And then the other quarter of my brain was going,
such an internal fight.
It's not. And I'm like, right, let's get to 10 minutes.
I want to stop. I want to stop. I want to stop. Stop at the next lamppost. No, don't.
Yeah.
Stop here. No, don't.
So I got to 10 minutes
hard.
and then it was like, you've done enough. No. So I literally, it was so hard to push through. But then I was proud about when I'd done me 20 minutes that I was like, see, F you head. Like, I don't need to be.
That's why I find it hard though. If we went for a run together and we're just chatting on the way, you wouldn't be having those thoughts.
No, I know.
It doesn't matter. I was listening to Bounce Heaven. I was listening to like rave. So, and I could still hear my own thoughts. Stop, you're sweating, stop. Stop.
But then it felt meant for me to be like enough now. Like, I have control, and it's me who's telling us what to do. I've said we're doing 20 minutes, get out my head. But then when I went for a run in real life, it still happened.
Oh yeah.
But I couldn't have turned back round. So my like OCD circles makes me go round.
I'm usually so bad at that. I hate going the same route. I can't go. I need to do like a loop. I hate
even
going
in
back
the car.
the same way. Yeah.
Yeah, me too.
Like I'll purposely do a route where I'm not going back the same way. So that did hurt us a little bit inside, but I had to. I really had to.
Well, next time, you're not allowed.
I just don't know if there's going to be a next time. I think it might have just been a one-off.
No.
My mum was like, well, just keep doing it. And I was like, I don't think I can. Like, honestly, I still can barely walk down the stairs.
Yeah, but the more you do it, the more it's not going to hurt in that way.
I don't know if I've got it in us.
I believe in you.
Yeah.
We need to be healthy and happy and active for our children.
I know. I would really, really love to be, but yeah, we'll see.
Well, guess what else I did this week? I went to spinning.
Oh, did you? I love a good spin class.
Well, I think that's only the third time I've been. The first time in about 5 years. And there's a saying for it. I need some padded shorts anyway.
Oh, yes. Yeah. But I do feel like your bum gets used to it because I used to do a lot of spinning.
Awful.
Because spinning is one of the only classes that I would feel fine going to by myself.
Really?
Yeah. So
I find that strange that you won't go to something by yourself.
Yeah, I don't enjoy the gym alone. I just don't enjoy it alone. And I don't know. I think the gym's quite intimidating, isn't it?
Yes.
Unless, like, obviously there was a phase of my life where I did like 3 PTs a week. So I would go and do a one-on-one PT. Loved that so much. But then if I went to my own gym, you wouldn't catch me in the weight section. Because it's still, I don't know what it is. I don't know why.
I love lifting weights.
Yeah.
Like I feel like
I've done it for so long.
Like I feel strong. Like
Hercules.
Like I feel like that's where I'd love to know more about, like, you know, when they flip it over their heads.
Yeah.
And you've got like them legs where they're like, yeah. Like I would love to properly do that. When I was getting PTs after Eva with learning how to stand up properly, that was in a CrossFit gym.
Yeah.
And they all knew how to do it properly. And I was like, I want to do that. So maybe I'll get into that.
Yeah, I used to love it.
Yeah. So
I used to absolutely love it.
You are.
And I was the fittest I'd ever been when I was lifting weights. And that's when I could run. I could run so much better after I'd been lifting weights for a while.
Well,
I feel like it made just everything.
Let's go to the gym.
I'm just going to live in the past. I'm just going to live in the past and be like, I used to be able to do that. And it was great.
Print off a
A photo of what I looked like then.
But in your height now, and just stick it on the front of you, cut your eyes out, and just walk down the street with a cardboard cut out.
A slither.
Down one leg.
Down the middle. It was one of my friend's birthdays at the weekend, and I was looking for a photo of me and her, and I knew the photo that I wanted, so I was scrolling through all of my pictures, and I came to it must have been around lockdown time. Lockdown times, and that was like the fittest I'd ever been, because I'd been training quite a lot up to it, and then obviously in lockdown I just walked for 6 hours a day, and I was so skinny, and I had upper abs, and the photo that I seen, I was just like, oh, that's a little bit depressing, isn't it?
It's triggering.
That's a bit depressing. I said to my friend, I was like, oh, look at that. And she went, oh, are you going to get back to that? I went, I just don't think I've got it in us.
But you're a different version now.
It's a different version.
You got different priorities. You've just been saying over breakfast how busy you are.
I know.
It's got to be manageable and achievable.
Too busy to eat. No, that's a joke, guys.
That is a joke.
I need to stop giving myself a hard time again.
Yes. Pits and peaks.
Pits and peaks. Pits and peaks. I'll just do pit as how much my whole body hurts from the run. And my peak of the week is I've just had such a wonderful weekend. I've had so much friend time all weekend, and it's been lovely. Went out for food for one of my friends' birthdays on Friday. Spent the day at one of my friends' houses on Saturday with other friends and all of the children. And then yesterday, went back over there for food and football with the kids. And I don't know, I just feel very lucky to have friends where we can spend time with our kids, and everyone just has such a lovely time together.
Yeah.
It's just lovely. It's been lovely.
It's nice that, isn't it? Like your social battery's been filled. But knowing you're probably like, I'm all right for the next few weeks.
Oh, yes, absolutely. Absolutely. Well, I was leaving last night. I was like, it's been 3 days in a row now. I don't think you're going to see us for a while.
At least a month.
I'll have 3 weeks off now.
So my pit of the week, I haven't really got a particular pit, but I've got like a observation that should have been a pit, but just ended up as a meh.
Okay.
So Dale's been working away quite sporadically, but a lot more than usual.
Yeah.
And he was like, I am away all week. So you have to solo parent, which I've now been made aware that I'm not allowed to call myself a solo parent.
Why?
Because a solo parent is supposedly, it's meant to be just for them mums that are single parents.
But I thought that was a single parent.
I don't know, supposedly
I use solo parenting when I'm solo parenting.
I'm still going to use it. That lady who told me can just nick off. Sorry, can't breathe.
I had a conversation with my mum about this the other day, and it ended up in a very heated debate, and I can't remember why we had this conversation. And I don't know if we should listen to something on the podcast where we'd mentioned something about single parents or something.
Right. Can't remember.
I can't remember. But anyway, my mum rang us to inform me that I am a single parent. And I was like, no, I'm not. And she went, well, you are because you're not married. I went, yeah, but I live with my children's father. We're engaged to be married. We parent together. I am not a single parent. She was like, well, you are. Like, you technically are. And I was like, no, I'm not. Like, I'm absolutely not a single parent. Sometimes I solo parent because I do it on my own some days if he's at work. Sometimes Glenn solo parents. We aren't single parents.
No. But supposedly solo parent is reserved for only the proper single parent household.
No, I would assume that was a single parent.
And I just
and
did
some
this.
days parents solo parent because this.
Yeah. Well, what I did was
could be wrong.
What I'm encouraging everybody to do, I challenge you all listeners, is to, when somebody says something that inherently upsets us or makes us feel a certain way, address it then and there. Because if somebody said something and you just let them say something, one of the parent leads, for instance, it said she'd gone in for a kit day at our work, and a man who she works with, said, "Oh, you look knackered, you look tired." And she went, "All right." And he walked away. But she was left going, "Oh my God, I've put makeup on today. I've washed my hair. Like, I've really tried to look good. Do I look like crap?" So then he said something and just disappeared and not thought about it. She's then spent the rest of the day mulling over something. So I challenge you all to, if somebody says something to upset you, and they might not be doing it to upset you, but it's slightly rude.
Pull them up on it straight
just
away.
With grace and with kindness, just say, "I'm so sorry, but that's not very nice to say. Like, yeah, I am tired because I got a small child and a toddler, and I'm here and I've really done myself up to get here. And what was the point in your comment?" And by being forcefully kind in your receiving of that, you'll see that they'll either backpedal or go, "Oh my God, I didn't even think that." You know, we've talked about before where people are like, "Oh, you're massive," when you're like pregnant.
Yeah.
But just be like, "Are you aware that's not very nice to say?" So I put it in the parent leads group the other day, like, challenge them and make them aware that they're making you feel uncomfortable.
I think a lot of people's toxic traits, if this can be classed as a toxic trait, because I feel like this will probably be mine, I probably wouldn't want to make that person feel crap. Do you know what I mean? If someone went to me, "Oh, you look knackered," and I'd be like, "Well, I am, cheers for mentioning it." Like, I probably wouldn't want to make the person feel bad for saying it.
Yeah, but then you're going to think about it for the rest of the day.
I probably wouldn't. But
you wouldn't, of course not. But
if someone was going to, then they should probably pull them up straight.
I'm doing it more, and what I'm finding is I'm getting a lot less of them comments.
Yeah.
Because what I would normally have done is gone home, think about it in the shower, thinking about what I should have said, think about...
Yeah.
Like, and it doesn't matter what that person's opinion of you is, but we would go over and over and over it instead of just going, "That's not okay. Don't do that." But this wasn't the pit of my week. I do apologise.
I'm not a fan of letting things fester. That's one of my favourite words, fester. Don't let it fester.
No Uncle Festers.
No festering.
Just say it to them. Be brave. Be the bear in the room. You're supposed to be the mother bear in your house. Be the mother bear of your own feelings. Oh my God, I've just said something profound.
Wow.
Wowza. Be the mother bear. Anyway, back to me pit. Soz. I got gone away with, what is it? So, solo parent, I thought I was going to be doing all week. Sorry, Jennifer, I am calling myself a solo parent. And I thought it was going to be stressful. I thought it was going to be this, thought it was going to be that. And actually wasn't. It was really quite easy.
You know what?
Because Dale wasn't in the house making it a mess.
Yes.
And I had no other option I had to be there for pickup. I had to be this. I had to make tea. I had to do that.
Yeah.
And Louise came up, Dale's mum, one
live
day.
by your own.
I wasn't relying on anybody.
Yeah.
Lou came up one night so I could go to spinning. And I was like, that's really good that I had that support there. So yeah, I thought it was going to be me pit. I wrote it in as me pit before it even bloody happened. And it wasn't.
You
it
were
ended up lovely.
The worst.
But how do you feel about this? So Dale's been away Monday to Friday.
Yep.
Saturday.
Cricket.
Cricket. And then Sunday, it's Father's Day. So how many times that I heard, "Oh, it's Father's Day. Oh, can you get us that? Oh, it's Father's Day."
Well,
I'm going to throw something at your head.
Me and Glenn had this discussion yesterday, and we ended up laughing about it a lot. Because I suppose my sense of humour can be a bit morbid. So I'll not repeat exactly what I was saying. But he was like, "It's Father's Day." And I was like, "You're not my dad. You're not my dad. I'm not going to do that for you. Ask one of your kids to do it if you want something to do it. Like, if someone to do something for you, I'm not doing it for you. You are not my father."
Dale says that on Mother's Day. I should have remembered that. We had a lovely weekend, but I'd said to him on Friday, "You're not playing cricket tomorrow, are you?" And he was like, "I am in a team, Kayleigh, of course I have to." Yeah. It's like, you've been away all week. So we had the morning together. Then he went to play cricket. Then it hossed down. So he came home. So, yeah. But I was like,
So
I'm just
this is
jealous that I
where-
didn't
yeah.
have
We
didn't have
just
my
need to
own
take
version
up
of that.
golf.
I'd
We
want
need to
more
start
golf
playing
in my
golf
life.
or netball, but I feel like I'd prefer golf because
I love golf.
longer. Yeah, you do. I feel like we need to start because Glenn plays football, but obviously Glenn works shifts.
Yeah.
So he often has days off during the week. If Glenn worked Monday to Friday, was getting in the house probably like 5:30, 6 most nights, then on a weekend going to play football, I'd hate it. I would hate it.
Yeah.
But because I've got Glenn's help those days during the week, then I don't mind it as much. But if he was a Monday to Friday, I don't think I could cope if I had a partner that was Monday to Friday. Like, I really don't.
Yeah.
And like normal hours as well. Like you with Dale going out the house quite early, coming in quite late. I don't think I could cope with that 5 days a week.
It is hard.
Good luck.
It'll all be worth it.
Oh yeah, well 100%.
But yeah, there was no like negotiation. That's just Dale in.
But I don't think there is when it comes
sport
to men and
like
their hobbies.
Like
why don't we have hobbies? Like why don't
that's
we
all
have
we're
sports?
just jealous.
I know it is.
So want to go golf on Saturday?
Yeah.
Right. I want to book it in. We'll have to go.
Let us just think. There's a sponsored walk for the nursery on Saturdays, and there you're going. I'm doing a sponsored walk on Saturday, sorry.
I'm not.
I mean, it's only like a 30-minute walk. I could probably go on the afternoon.
Peak of my week though. Have you watched Bridgerton yet?
No.
Well,
I can't get into it for some reason.
What?
I don't know if I
it?
I haven't got into this series.
Oh, I love it.
I think
it's
I've
my favourite.
I've started watching Vanderpump Rules.
Oh, I used to watch
really
that
old
back in the
reality
day.
series. And I'm obsessed. It's all I want to watch whenever I've got a minute.
Peak of my week was a bit of a bounce off last week when we were talking about like how we feel about ourselves, and it was really amazing to see a full series dedicated to somebody who isn't the norm of what's supposed to be acceptable in society. So I've been watching loads of
Don't give any spoilers.
No, I'm not.
Okay.
But I've been watching lots of interviews with Penelope. I don't know her real name.
Yes. I've seen her around a lot. Do you know that she's
Irish?
like, oh no, I wasn't going to say Irish. She's like, is she 34? She's like, 37. She looks so young.
I know.
I wonder what her secret is.
Don't know.
But she looks like she looks in her 20s. Like she looks early 20s.
So there was an interview where somebody's saying, because she gets her boobs out at one point.
Okay.
But it's the first time that I've seen like my boobs on telly.
Yeah.
Like a full, like natural boob. Like, and I was like, oh my God, yes. Like, that's incredible. Anyway, she does this interview where somebody mentions like, how did it feel or whatever, but it was a bit of a negative. I wish I could remember the actual words, because it was like as if she shouldn't have been doing it because she's got a fuller cup, breast, chest, whatever you say. And she was like, well, as a member of the Perfect Breast Society, I would like to give grace and thank yous to being one of those members. And I was like, oh my God, she is incredible.
Yeah.
And I was like, it was just lovely to see, just that normalness of like, yeah, anyway, it was really lovely. She had fabulous boobs.
So your peak of the week is
somebody else's
titties
breasts
on TV. Great. Wonderful.
No, it was nice to be like, yeah, nice breasticles.
Nice boobs.
So there we are. Thanks.
I also had a massage that I'm just going to quickly add on to my peak of the week because it was effing incredible. Mm-hmm. So amazing.
Was there elbows involved?
There was definitely some like arms and elbowy bits. There was definitely some elbows in my bum cheeks at some point. Like,
she did your full butt.
Yeah. It was so good.
Was it?
So good. Highly recommend.
And there we are. Right. that's Pits and Peaks done.
Yep.
Should we go into our topic of the week?
We should.
And it's an extension of a topic that we've done before.
It is.
And it's because of the amount of content, messages, DMs that we got from people that are like sending their own stuff. So we thought we'd extend this. So we talked a bit about friends last week.
Yeah.
Partners. Now I know I spoke about my personal relationship with Dale the other week and how that's changed.
I feel like we have spoke about this before in the past, but I feel like this is a new podcast now.
It is.
That we have video.
Is there any particular strategy that you've used to...
Strategy?
Yeah. So I've got this new saying. It's all over at the minute. Non-negotiables.
Non-negotiables?
Mm-hmm.
What do you mean? Like, so what non-negotiables in our, like mine and Glenn's relationship?
Mm-hmm. Of like, right, if we're going to get to that part where it's me and you, it is me and you. But like me and Dale, not me and you.
Right.
You know what I mean? We need some sort of, think of it as a business negotiation, because I think not enough work goes into our relationships in general. We do so much stuff for our jobs or our works that I think if you think of a relationship as another extension of that, I feel like it'll be better than just passively moving through life together and not having goals. Right, so in 3 years' time, we want this, this, and this. How do we do that? Right, this is how we do it. And I don't know if it's just that's me as a person, but that's how I feel we're working well of like, right, non-negotiables are...
So what are your non-negotiables? I need examples before I think if I've got any or not, because I don't think I have.
So we've now started putting our laptops and phones down.
All right.
At certain times.
Mm-hmm.
So if the kids are there, he's not allowed to pick up his laptop and start invoicing and doing work, where last year, the year before, it was all guns blazing for his job. But I feel like putting technical bans in place along the way is good. I think we're really lucky to have that overnight stay 70% of the time at a grandparents.
Yeah.
Across the year in each weekend. So we always try and date, but be present on them dates, so no technology when we're eating or whatever. He stopped going to the men's club, the working men's club. So it's just not bringing any good habits. It was just
annoying you.
Like going there and just getting mortal, and then I lose you for the day the next day. Us, not just me. Is there anything else that I can think off the top of my head?
See, because like Glenn's not a very big drinker. Mm-hmm. And because he plays football on a Saturday, he doesn't really go out that much. Mm-hmm. I don't have the working men issue. My only non-negotiable at the minute is I want to watch an episode of Yellowstone a night. And that's working for me very well. Very well.
No, I think try it. Like, do you have goals that are set? I spoke to my mum and dad about this yesterday, and like they're going to the next phase of their lives. Retirement's coming up. There's all these discussions, but I feel like they're only having the discussions with me, not each other. Mm-hmm. So how, like we always go back to, communication is key.
Yeah.
What goals do you want to have?
That is my non-negotiable.
Communication.
We must communicate, because obviously after we had Oaks, our relationship broke down and we didn't live together for a few months. Mm-hmm. And it's just because we weren't communicating, and I feel like we just lost everything because we weren't talking to each other. Mm-hmm. And I was letting things fester instead of just saying, I don't like that. Mm-hmm. Do not do that again. Stop. Like, or help us with this, help us with that. I was like getting annoyed that I wasn't getting the help. Mm-hmm. And I was getting wound up that he was doing something even though hadn't told him that I hadn't liked it. Do you know what I mean? So instead of communicating, I was just like, annoyed, blow up, kick you out, bye. So we won't do that again. We'll communicate.
Mm-hmm. And it's working.
It's working. It's working great. Sometimes I do think I'm going to send you a really long text message today with loads of abuse. And then I think, get a grip, Lauren.
I find
you only didn't put 3 things
in the washing basket
from the washing away.
I find those sometimes having an actual conversation that you know is going to be heated, but it's not going to get you anywhere. I sometimes leave that for a text message.
Yeah.
And I know people don't do that, but for me and Dale, we'll have this uncomfortable argument or whatever. We'll leave to go to work and I'll text him my thoughts because I feel like he hears us more than if we're both angrily shouting at each other. Nobody's listening to each other at all. And then he'll reply with his thoughts, feelings, whatever. And I go, oh, I didn't realise it was that way. Okay. And then
I think just whatever works, whatever works for you. Like if you are going to communicate better via text, email, phone call, anything, then communicate that way. If you're going to have if you're going to start having a conversation and you're going to burst into tears, then what's the point? Because then it's just going to, get heated and you're not really going to get anywhere. Or if...
just uncomfortable for no reason.
If it's uncomfortable and you're not going to get out everything you want to get out, then pointless. So just whatever works for you. I'm all for the abusive texts.
We're not pushing the abusive text.
He hasn't had an abusive text for a very, very long time.
Yeah.
Very long time. Because the other day, he was like, have you not washed my uniform? Blood starts to boil. Have you not washed my uniform? I'm like, yeah. Well, I can't find any trousers. Well, they're in the pile that's just in the bottom of your wardrobe because you didn't put it away when it was a pile on the floor. So I've just shoved everything in the bottom of your wardrobe. I think the dog had been sleeping on it. It's like, so yeah, I have, and they're there. I'm just not putting it away for you.
Yeah. Good lass.
But I did communicate that to him also. I said, your clothes are on the floor there, ready to be put away. If you do not put them away, I am just going to put them on the floor in your wardrobe. He said, okay, I'll put them away. A few hours later, they weren't put away. They went on the floor in his wardrobe. He obviously doesn't listen to anything to do with washing.
I think we've talked about it before, but we always have little standoffs with stuff.
What do you mean? Oh,
the shower
gel.
Have
you ever watched
8 weeks worth
the
of shower
episode
gel
of The Simpsons where no one will empty the bin? So they just keep stapling rubbish on the side of the bin. I feel like things get like that.
Things get like that in my house. So it was 8 weeks of 8 bottles of empty shower gel in our shower. Because I was like, I'm not moving them. Like, he called us in yesterday because it was Father's Day and I was tidying up the house. And he was like, Kayleigh, I'd come from the kitchen into the living room. He was cuddling both kids watching a film. And he was like, get that can from last night. And I just instinctively walked over, picked it up, and I went, what the hell have I just done? Am I a 1950s housewife? Why am I? And he was like, well, you're cleaning. So I thought I'd just make you aware of that can that's full.
How about you stand up, get the can your damn self, and take it to the bin?
Oh, it was Father's Day. It's Father's Day.
It's not your dad.
It's not your dad. I wish I'd remembered that one.
He's not your dad.
Yeah. So find whatever tickles your pickle in a relationship. And how do you feel? Do you feel like anybody, I don't know, do you judge anybody else's relationship?
Never.
I know you don't because that's not you. But like, do you feel like anybody else judges you?
I don't know, probably.
Big shout out to Big Tina, me mum. She really has a bee in her bonnet about some of the things that me and Dale do.
My mum really has a bee in her bonnet about Glenn as well.
Is it just a mum and a daughter thing?
It must be.
And I'm
it must be. Like, it winds me mum up that Glenn will be sat on the sofa when he's off work. Like, if he's just sat down on the sofa, like, he should not be sat on the sofa.
But what I find is, if my mum has a go, right, I instinctively...
You end up having a go.
No, and stick up from it, and then but they're the things that annoy us, and I'm like,
yeah,
Mummy's right, but I can't have anybody else talking about my man.
I'm exactly the same. I'll be like, yeah, it is a little bit annoying that he's just sat watching some cars getting pimped up on Netflix. And the grass needs cutting, but it's fine.
It's fine.
And then later on I'll be like, maybe you cut the grass. Yeah. We are our mothers.
I know.
We are. They will slowly but surely just creep into our whole personality at some point in our lives.
No. I'm sorry, Mum, I love you with all my heart, but there is lots of things that mums of our generation, I am going to drop from my vocabulary. Eva will never, ever be spoken to about how she's put on weight.
I agree with that.
How she looks.
In a way, I'm glad I've got boys. Yeah,
I don't know what that noise was. I feel like if she's unhealthy, then there's another conversation, but a nicer one than just being like, oh, you look fat.
Yeah.
Oh, lovely. Thank you. Yes, Mum, I'm digging you out. Stop talking about my weight. Fully aware.
You too, Eileen. My mum's an almond mum.
What's that mean?
Remember, wasn't that a term that people used to use on TikTok about like mums in the 90s who just used to eat almonds?
No, I don't. I've never heard
like,
this.
my mum has done every diet going. Mm-hmm. Like she's just a bit obsessed about weight and the way that she looks. And yeah, I'm not so. I mean, obviously, I've spoke about it at the beginning of this episode. And sometimes it does bother me that I'm not as skinny as I was, but I'm never going to be.
No.
Like, I'm just never going to be.
But is the goal skinny? Because goal's not skinny for me.
It's not skinny.
Because you can get skinny fat.
What?
So skinny people can still be really unhealthy.
Oh, yeah.
And that's called skinny fat.
Yeah, I think I was growing up.
Skinny fat.
Skinny fat. I would get comments.
And they only did what they could do with the knowledge that they had. But that's why I will purposely never be unkind. And I've said this to my mum and she's like, yeah, you will. You will?
Yeah, you will.
You 100% will because your daughter, the way you taught you. And I'm like, no, you would never say that to my brother. So don't say it to me.
Yeah.
And she's like, no, you will. And I'm like, no, I won't. I really won't. Be nice.
We'll come back to this conversation in 30 years.
Well, I've said, oh, Eva's a bit chunky now.
She needs to lose some weight.
Oh, Eva, if you're listening, no, absolutely not. If she's unhealthy, yes, I'll encourage a healthy lifestyle. But that's why I'm wanting to change my habits and show good, healthy habits. And
yes.
Yeah.
I agree.
There we are. So, always back to communication.
Communication. Stop calling me fat, please.
But I told her and she still does. I think because your mum, I feel like they just go, it's my right to say whatever I want. I made you.
Yeah.
It is, but I'm a grown-ass woman. I'm a grown-ass woman. What's that song?
I'm a grown-ass... I don't know. I know what you mean, though.
There's a
Is
song
it Lizzo?
about, I don't know.
I don't know.
Right. Should we get on to... Share your shit. Share your shit.
We've had some messages. Message 1.
You don't get how excited I personally get when we get some messages through.
I do too.
I'm like, ooh, ooh, and I don't read them and I send them over and I'm like, I'm excited.
Right. Wait, I need to let you yawn out.
I thought you were just like trying to push some dentures up into your mouth there.
My dentures don't move.
I know they don't. But the way you were pushing them, you're like, you know, when an old lady's like...
Mm-hmm. Right. Hi, girls. I'm a bit behind on the podcast and just finished Don't Water Dead Plants.
What was that?
Obviously, an episode where we talked about not watering dead relationships, not watering dead plants.
Oh, it was probably just plants.
That's one of my favourite sayings, don't water dead plants. I just want to thank you for raising awareness of children with autism being excluded. My son was left out of so much, including playtime and parties, throughout primary school and into secondary school. He never had any friends. As a parent, I was also excluded, which I can deal with, even though it's shit. He doesn't have meltdowns, but is a bit quirky, and so kids would call him weird. He was only diagnosed at the age of 15, and one of the things he said was that he was happy to be diagnosed as he now understands why he feels different and why he was never included in anything.
Oh.
It was absolutely heartbreaking as a parent, but I am proud that I am a good parent and have raised such a lovely boy who is respectful and who never treats someone else that way. Sorry for the long message, but just wanted to let you know how common this is.
I think,
because we read out this was episodes and episodes and episodes ago. We read out a message, didn't we, off a mum who suspected that our child had
left out.
autism, and she was being left out of
Parties.
like parties and stuff. Her kid wasn't getting invited. That's so sad.
It is really so sad. And you know what, the part of that message that breaks my heart, when he's like, oh, I realise, I now understand, but that doesn't justify the behaviour. So kids aren't born with opinions or nastiness in them.
No.
They're bred to be that certain way. So like, that's come from a parent of like, what am I trying to say?
Do you think that's like judgy parents?
Judgy parents saying, oh, he's a bit weird. But I don't know how. I just think it's unkind.
It is unkind.
And like, if we had a birthday party, which we did last year, Freddie wanted all the boys.
Mm-hmm.
And Freddie's not been invited to loads of parties.
Yeah.
Most of them was his first one he got upset about was his cousins. That's what he calls like our best friends, kids. Uh-huh. She had one of them had their first one where it was just all girls. It was princess party. And Freddie was like, but why am I not invited? And I had to explain that was just for girls. And he was like, but I could go as the prince. And he just couldn't get it in his head that he was left out. But when I was like, there's no other boys going. So him and his little stubbornness was like, right, well, I'm going to have a boys only party, ma'am. So I had it, and then 3 weeks before, he was like, oh, but I want to invite this person, all different girls. And I was like, oh, we should have just bloody invited the whole class. But you can't force your child to get on with everybody. Yeah. But what you can do is instill kindness in them. Just try and be kind. Like, honestly, just inquisitiveness, kindness, honesty, and like just a gentle approach. You get more bees with vinegar. No, you get more bees with honey than you do with vinegar. Like, being nice costs nothing.
I like that saying.
And I want my kids to always be nice. You don't have to get on with everybody, but don't make anybody feel excluded, because imagine if that was your kid that was being excluded.
That'd be so sad.
So thanks for sharing that. And, you know, because I'm a part of we were talking about when we were in London, Ash, weren't we? About how language is changing. So I had special needs growing up with all of the things. And I still actually like calling my superpowers special needs. But now it's neurodiversity. Mm-hmm. So I know the power that he's felt by getting a diagnosis. Yeah. By going, it's not going to change me, but it's now made me understand my quirks, which he said. And there's so much power in that knowledge. Like the stuff that we're going through with Fred at the minute. Like, we're never going to medicate him. We're never going to need that support, thank God. But it's just given him the knowledge to know that his brain works slightly different, but we always just call it his superpowers. Yeah. So it's up to the parent, I think, to how the child is acting in the world when you're not there. Yeah, I agree. So do better as a parent.
I mean, probably not like absolutely 100% always, because, you know, there is some like little psycho murderers in the world and stuff, and I'm sure it's not the parents' fault. But
I don't know, you know.
I mean,
it's that nature-nurture thing, isn't it? Were you born a psychopath? Or did trauma occur to make you have them traits. This is a very different episode.
That's just, that's a whole different
So thank you for your message.
thing. Right. Message 2. I was off work and due to pick up the kids from nursery. I fell asleep and didn't hear my phone ringing. So my wife, oh shock, this is a man. My wife got called and had to rush home from work to get them. She came in furious, so I had to pretend I was unconscious. Ended up having days of tests to see what was wrong just to avoid a bollocking. I'm very glad you did that because you were in for the bollocking of a lifetime. You basically had to fake your own death to get out of forgetting to pick the kids up from nursery. Like, you did the right thing. He did the right thing. He saved their relationship, to be honest, didn't he?
Yes, but I can't say anything. Can you remember the time I forgot my kids?
Oh, God, yeah. And we were just sitting talking in the school, right? Oh, dear me.
So maybe I should have been that man. Oh, it was the worst day of my life that I felt. I had guilt
So
for so long.
guilty.
To the point where I have a calendar
Maybe we
update
should
at
talk
4:30
about
every
it.
day. What, the trauma?
Like, maybe we just shouldn't bring it up so that you don't start thinking about it again.
Oh no, I'm over it now.
All right, okay.
I've got policy procedures in place to ensure that I don't forget my children ever again. Anyway, Dale was not happy with this. I wasn't happy with myself.
To be unconscious.
I think he saw the car come on the drive and went,
And then
oh my God,
shit, the time.
fell on the floor.
Fell on the floor.
Fell on the floor there and just lay there. And she's come in and gone, Steve. And then Steve's dead and she's gone, oh my God, Steve.
Wonder if they rang an ambulance.
Oh, he better have. Fully committed to the cause. Oh my God, I love
Woke up so confused.
What's happening?
Where am I?
What time is it? Oh God, the kids. Steve, darling, they're here. We're all here for you, Steve. I love it.
Oh,
Right.
God.
More of them ones, please. Just sharp, snappy. My brain and body stopped working there, did you see? So I pushed my glasses up, but then like my hand and my head did some crazy stuff.
It must be that coffee coming out of you.
Honestly, that coffee, I'm wired. Do apologise if I talk too much. Next one, Kayleigh's fact of the week. You are more, stop reading it. Put that
You're just
down.
taking so long to read it that I think I know what it says now.
Well, yeah, of course.
Sorry,
if you've
it's
read it,
summary.
of course you know what it says.
Yeah, but sometimes
you
I
lovely
read things and I'm
listeners.
not taking them in.
Okay.
Like, I'm looking at the words, but they're not soaking in. Do you know what I mean?
ADHD. You're more creative when having a shower.
I agree.
Shower's a safe place that provides a dopamine high, relaxed state and distracted mind. Factors that are ideal for the creativity and idea formation. Dopamine, critical to creativity, is released when we're relaxed, feeling great, listening to music, exercising, and yes, taking a shower. Showers are wonderful, aren't they?
Yeah.
I often sit down in the shower
don't
like a
like
mental
cleaning them.
patient.
I don't think I've had a sit down shower since like Ibiza 2019 or something.
Nervous
About to
breakdown.
fall shit like this.
I feel like I need like a nana seat in the shower to just
Oh yeah,
perch.
loads of people have those little benchy bits now, don't they?
A benchy bit?
Like a little seat.
I'm going to have to organise one. She's going to yawn again.
I
She's
know.
doing a funny nose.
I know.
Your nose was like...
The nose starts to flare. I don't know what it is.
Like a
You know what?
dragon.
I've had some really bad night's sleep. Ovi was very whingy in the night last night. I ended up getting out of bed with him at 4:30.
Mm-hmm.
Well, just after 4. And then didn't get back to sleep until 6. I had a good hour. So I am a little bit tired today. Got up and had a shower and, made all my plans for the day.
Uh-huh.
And then hopefully I stay that productive and everything's going to be great because of my dopamine hitting the shower.
There we are. So I'm also creative driving the car. I know that's where you do thoughts as well.
Yes, I have lots of thoughts. I do lots of talking to myself in the car.
Trauma response.
Do you think it is?
We talked about that the other week.
Yeah.
I'm gonna find
But
some
sometimes I just do
facts
like a
for
podcast in the car. I just talk as if I'm doing a podcast.
Full on psychopaths are next to us.
But I do.
So if somebody's driving past you, they think you're just talking on your phone.
Oh yeah, they'll think I'm on the phone.
welcome today, blah, blah, blah.
Or like, I'll just tell a random story.
Lauren?
What?
This is weird.
Well, I think it's like, it's good practice for the podcast.
Huh?
It's good, you know, like public speaking practice.
There was no public speaking.
But there's no public. But I'm speaking. I bet loads of people do that. Honestly, I bet loads of people do it.
I don't know, you know.
Anyone? You do? No. But I bet loads of people do. I bet they do. I'm not the only person that talks to themselves in the car.
Right. I think we've come to that time, Lauren, when the competition winner needs to be announced.
Yes.
So
how are we doing this? We
Sarah's
had
got
so
a
many
generator.
entries. We've got so many numbers. If you entered your names next to a number, we are going to generate a random number. And if you are that name, you have won. Did that make sense?
I stopped listening about 10 seconds into
Have
it.
you got a list of names and numbers?
Sarah's got the generator. I've got the names.
Okay. Should we generate the number?
She's got the number. Drum roll, please. 21.
Number 21.
The lucky number 21. Drum roll, please. Kayleigh Johnson, you
Kayleigh
are
Johnson.
the winner. Oh, Kayleigh Johnson. Love your podcast. I've only recently discovered it and listened all the time when I'm out. I'm listening all the time when I'm out for a lonely walks with my baby.
Your brain stopped working.
It's me dyslexia. I can't read out loud sometimes. Right, start again. Love your podcast. I've only recently discovered it. Listen all the time when I'm out for a lonely walk with my baby. So relatable. I've been recommending it to all my friends.
Right. Kayleigh Johnson.
Kayleigh Johnson.
You don't need to go on a lonely walk. You can join a mama social walk and walk with other mums and not be lonely.
Yeah.
Have a look at the website
And if
see where your closest one is.
and if there isn't one close to you,
we can make one. We can put one there. You can be the parent
Why
lead.
don't
You
you
never
be
have
the
to be alone
parent?
again.
there we are. There we are. Perfect.
Perfection. So yeah, guys, if you could leave us a review.
Yes.
Don't want to sound like I'm begging, but I'm gonna have to start begging.
Yeah.
Please leave us a review, share us with your friends, tag us in your stories when you're listening so we can reshare them. Just get involved a bit, so that people know we exist.
Yes, please.
Yeah.
And I loved how many of you loved last week's reel.
The word, by the way, was Switzerland.
Switzerland.
The
You
amount of
guys knew?
DMs. Switzerland.
I do believe it's Switzerland. I was like, yes, it is Switzerland.
Yep.
Perfect. Right. Have a lovely day, everybody.
Yes, and we will see you soon.
See you soon.
This episode of Mama Social, the podcast, was filmed and produced by Flamingo Heights Podcast Studio.
Lauren, I'll see you soon.
See you soon.
I don't like
Why
you
you say
soon,
Lauren?
soon.
Just say see you soon.
Steve.
Because we're talking to our listeners.
Ah.
See you soon.